It's literally so empty, like nobody's actually here. This is scary. Scary. Nobody's actually here, like it's actually empty, like literally. And they've closed down a lot of the terminals, like British Airways. There's also a hostel. What? The Air Hotel is open. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we're actually going to be going through the airport together. I haven't taken a flight since March 2019 and that has just been so difficult for me, so I've got the opportunity to go now, so I'm going. And while looking at YouTube, like I couldn't really see the full airport experience, so I literally have no idea as to what to expect, what it's going to look like, if the flight is going to be full or empty, like have they moved the terminals around, like I just don't know what it's going to look like. So I wanted to just record it, to vlog it for myself, you know, just to look back after this pandemic has gone, fingers crossed, just so we could see the journey from what we're coming from. So yeah, let's go to the airport, let's go through check-in and everything. I'll try to vlog as much as I possibly can, but you know the airport is a bit with cameras and stuff, so let's see how we get on. So guys, I just made it here and this is the first thing I witnessed. Like no one can actually go inside the airport other than the passenger. So if you're not actually traveling on the flight, you literally can't even go inside the airport. And I didn't know they were doing that, but boy, rough. So like so many families are out here crying because, you know, normally when you check in you think you have time to like just cruise around with the family, but literally if you're not traveling you can't even get in. So that is what it's like traveling with Rona. It's proper scary. I'm gonna try to bring you guys along the whole journey, but I'm honestly not sure how much of it I'll be able to record, but I'm gonna try to take you guys as far as possible. Hey guys, I just wanted to show you what it's like traveling in a panoramic. Girl, it is ghost town. It is ghost town. Nobody's here. Nobody is here. Nobody's actually here, like it's actually empty, like literally so empty. Oh god, don't carry me. It's actually empty. Like the only people I see here at work, and they've closed down a lot of the terminals, like British Airways. There's also a hostel. What? The Air Hotel is open. There's workers. Ooh. This is scary. Scary. Just in case I run from it. Oh my god. This way I can't vlog when I do them something, yeah, because instead of my older suitcase, I just there. I could swing me in it on. You don't need to wait for a lift, you just hop right in, mate. It's just yourself. It's just you and yourself. Terminal 5. I don't see no 5. How do I press 5?
Just press the go button.
Yeah? The go button.
Doors closing.
Thank you. So that's there. I'm gonna see what the other terminal looks like, because this is terminal 2 and 3. I'm about to go to 4 and 5 to see what that looks like. I'll show you guys when I get there. So I'm currently at check-in and this is what check-in looks like. It looks the same to how it used to, it's just that now there are a lot more signs and the check-ins are a lot more spaced out and everything is actually signposted. So like normally, you know, you could just sit down. They actually have the cardboards and stuff. like British Airways was normally in Terminal 2. Now they've moved it to Terminal 5 at Heathrow. I don't know how long that change is for or how permanent it's going to be, but this is what the place looks like at check-in at the moment. We just come out of Ghost Town. Why the Ghost Town did rough? I say, in my head when I say the Ghost Town, I'm not seeing nobody, I'm honest to myself. I say, so it's an empty flight. I must go up and I must be the only one on the flight because what is booked. And by the way, they have a lot of hand sanitizer, like it's literally everywhere. I have some in my bag, so I won't use theirs. I'll leave it to those that actually need it, but they do have it literally everywhere, like everywhere. Now let's try to check in. Yes, hi. So you need my passport. I don't know what one you need. Where you coming to? America. I've got my ESTA on my phone. You need to see that as well. Or the corona thing. So I've just got. I'm actually going to Jamaica. I'm from Jamaica. I've got my Jamaican passport, so I'm going back there. I've got property back home, family. I need to go support my property and stuff.
Homeland Security, please.
Where do you live?
In Jamaica and the UK.
Jamaica, UK. When is the last time you transited through the US?
I've never been there, no.
Okay, so the problem is, because you're coming from UK, you cannot transit to the US. You have to go directly, or you have to go through Mexico or somewhere else. You cannot transit through the United States. It's under the presidential proclamation that they, both presidents, prior president and the new president, they signed a proclamation. The only way is if you have a father or a mother that's American or they have green cards, or if you're married to an American, or if you have children that are American under 21. That's the only way. You don't need an exemption.
I don't have neither of those.
Yeah, so you're not going to be able to transit to the United States.
But then why would they approve an ESTA card? Because the ESTA you have to put through where you're coming from,
okay,
where you're going.
And to have a European passport, you got to have an ESTA. So when you apply for an ESTA, they don't know your circumstances. They don't know if you're married to an American. They don't know if you have any American kids or green card holders. If you had all those, then you don't need a waiver. Okay. You still need an ESTA. ESTA is totally separate department. The presidential proclamation waiver was signed by the president. Your ESTA right now on my side,
yeah,
it's active, but we canceled it because they don't see that waiver in the system.
Okay.
So if you had that waiver, then they would turn on, because it shows them the waiver overrides everything else.
So what can I do now?
They'll have to take care of you, the airlines, and find you a different routing. The only thing I can give you, take a picture of this, try to apply for a waiver, but then they were going to have to redirect you.
Where's my phone? Hey guys, so I'm a little bit more settled and calm now, and I just wanted to give you guys an update. So basically, I got sent home because even though I have my corona test that's negative, even though I have my ESTA card that gives me the approval to travel in the US, they are basically saying that and I have a Jamaican passport and I have a UK passport. So I was just telling them that I just need to go home because I have a property there that I need to look after. My mental health is in the gutters and I just need to be home. I don't have family here. I just want to go home, basically. Do you get what I mean? I was like, I don't even care if you guys, I didn't say I don't care, but I was just basically explaining that at this state in life, like, I'd much rather be stuck in Jamaica, like I'd much rather be turned away in Jamaica when I'm trying to return back than continue living here with everything that's going on, because it's not doing me no good. I tried to come here in December before the UK actually went on lockdown, but sadly 3 days or 2 days rather before my flight, the pandemic happened. Well, 2 days before my flight, the Jamaica government actually announced a immediate travel ban on all UK residents and visitors. So in that instance, I literally wasn't even able to come down because there were no connecting flights. Like, there was just literally no way of me going. I couldn't afford the flights that were available, which was basically me going to Panama and then going to Jamaica, or going to Mexico then going to Jamaica. I just couldn't afford it. It was just ridiculous. So now we'll try again, because obviously now I've got letter from the doctor and everything. Like, I just got everything sorted out to try and go away. So then basically said no, I can't go, I can't board the flight, because the presidents in America, both presidents essentially signed a form that basically blocks, I don't know when it's from, I don't know when the date they signed it from, I don't know when it's been in date from, but they essentially ban all transit through the US. So when you're transiting through the US for a day, for an hour, for 2 seconds, it's literally just not possible. Like, you just cannot transit through the US. So I was like, okay, cool, could I visit the US then? So instead of leaving the US for a day, instead of staying there just for a day, can I then stay there for a couple of weeks or whatever, let my family come here as well and just keep me company for a while, just to like clear my head and stuff? They said no, you can't even stay in the US if you're a UK citizen. Like, you just can't go to the US. So I said, right, there's no way of going around it. I said, okay. At the same time, like, everyone was actually trying to be helpful. I can't fault them. Like, everyone was literally trying to help me. The Homeland Security man, he came over and he was just explaining it, like, why I can't go and everything. The actual British Airways staff, she was just trying to call up to see what other routes I could take to basically get back home. So they were asking me hella questions. Like, the questions were basically that if I have any child in the US, if I have a husband in the US, like if I'm married to anyone in the US, if I, what was the other question, if I have a green card, stuff like that. And every answer that they was asking me, obviously the answers was no. They were like, right, where do you actually live? I said, I live in the UK and I live in Jamaica. I have a house in Jamaica and I actually work in the UK, so I go back and forth between the two. So they said, okay, so you're just trying to go back home? I said, yeah, basically. I won't lie to you guys. Like, I wasn't lying, I was just telling them the whole situation. So they were trying to help, but he gave me an email and everything, and he's saying that it's not that I won't be able to transit, like, they do make it happen, but it won't happen today. So if I really want to do it, he would definitely suggest me essentially just making an email, writing, explaining everything that I told them, send it off to America, and usually a response comes back within 3 to 5 working days. So he's like, do that. If you're still set on going back home, do that. Then when you get that authorization or that exception from America, the government basically saying that, yeah, you can come again, then you come back and then we'll let you through. So I don't think I'm gonna do that, because at this point, like, I'm just so brain dead from the whole thing. I'll just rather wait. Like, I'm just over it at this point. So I just said the thing there. So I called my mom. My mom was just cussing. She was just like, but how can they not be letting you in? How can they not letting you come home to your own country that you born up? It's not even why they're not doing it. Like, this is what they said. They're the gatekeepers. They're telling me I can't board the flight. So if you're not going to send me a private jet, you actually don't need to be on the phone right now, because you're just making the situation worse. So let me talk to you in a week or so when I've assessed the situation and I've cried and you can now call me and complain, then I can listen to you. So I hung up with her. I called Jaydah, I was crying. She hung up on me. She was like, give yourself, she was like, just get yourself together and call me back. Got myself together, called her back. Well, she called me back in a couple of minutes or so. And I was just like, can I come over? She was like, yeah, just come. Then we'll talk about it. So I was just like, basically, I just can't go. And she was like, right, just come. So I'm gonna just go DJs now. I don't know how long I'm gonna be there. I feel like I'm gonna probably stay a week or so there, but I say this now and then when I get there I may feel better and I'll just be like, actually let me go home. Sorry, we'll see. But traveling right now, nightmare. It's an actual nightmare. Like basically, like in the simplest form, it doesn't actually matter how much preparation you do. So it don't matter about the corona test, it don't matter what's happening, it don't matter how much preparation you have, it don't matter what money you have, it don't matter how much flight you can book, it don't matter unless they want to let you in. Like if the airline decides to no, or if the country decides to actually we're going to put up a travel ban today and it's going to be effective immediately, if your country in lockdown and they say no, nobody not leaving, you're not going to leave. Like nothing that you do will make you exempt unless you actually have an exemption from that specific government or a healthcare worker or somebody's essentially dying into the country that you're trying to get to. But I don't think it's worth the hassle. Genuinely, I've tried it twice. This is my second time trying it. I don't think it's worth the hassle. Like I'd much rather wait until they decide to let us out again, because I don't know what kind of life this way I live. We can't travel, we can't see our friends, you can't do nothing, you can't touch things, you can't do nothing. Nothing normal about this life. Nothing normal life, no feel really just weird. You can't have see the bag them for my eye. You see the mark them for my face, like stress that come. So I just didn't know the taxi now I got my yard, yeah. Oh, somebody's here selling roses. You think this person wants to be here in the rain? Lord God. The rain and fall, does that make things even more sadder. You almost can't hear the rain. I gotta go back our yard. Them send back at my yard. So, alright, I'm gonna tell you what happened. Did you want to know what happened? So I'm gonna tell her something I turn on and so you can see what happened. So I'm gonna explain it from my mouth now. Right. Girl, me stress. You know, me stress the pot will come out left, right, and center. So, right.